Hey guys, so today I'm doing a look with the Naked 2 palette by Urban Decay. I've done a look that's very dark with this before, I believe, and I wanted to do one that's just sort of like an everyday. The colors aren't super crazy or anything, they're just very natural, neutral, everyday shades and natural colors. Definitely not like a crazy, out there, super fun look. But this is great for every day if you're looking just for some new options or if you own this palette and you're kind of stumped with what to do with it. I do have a comparison video on the Naked 2 and the original Naked palette, so I will link that below as well as the other tutorial that I mentioned. Just really nice. I think it really kind of defines the eyes, gives it some shadow and some depth. Just very natural, very flattering and sexy for every day. I really love it. So if you guys want to see exactly how to do this step by step, keep watching. And also, before I get started, a lot of you always ask specific questions as to what I'm using, or can you repeat that, or things like that. And I always, if I ever do a tutorial, do an accompanying blog post on makeupbytiffanyd.com, which is always linked below. And I'll link right to that post so that you can get a list of everything that I use, as well as more pictures of the look. So I hope that you guys enjoy this, and if you want to see exactly how to do it step by step, then keep watching. Alright, so the first thing that you want to do is apply a nude colored base that matches your skin tone. I'm using this P86 brush by Sigma. It's this one that looks kind of pointed. I'm using Painterly Paint Pot by MAC. Mine's a little dried out. I'm not really sure what happened. This is a fairly new one too. I think I might have left it open a little bit. Oh well. Alright, so you're going to apply that. These brushes are really great for applying cream products. Any of these synthetic type brushes. I'm going to use this brush, an E70, to apply the color. And the first color that I'm going to use is a mix between these two lightest shades, Foxy and Booty Call. This one's frosted, this one isn't. So I literally just take my brush and go back and forth like that until I get a good mix of both colors. And I'm just going to apply that to the inner, about the inner quarter. Take the same mix and apply it right up under the brow bone for some highlight. I'm taking this brush, it's an E60, it's kind of like a large flat brush. I'm taking this color called Suspect, right there in the middle. It's kind of like a cool champagne-y color. I'm applying that to the inner half. Take the same brush and take this color called Pistol, which is almost like a gray taupe, silvery shade, and I'm just going to dab that on the outer half of the lid. I'm going to layer one more color just to kind of warm up the lid a little bit, since these colors are kind of more cool. I'm going to take these two shades, Half Baked, which is more gold, and Chopper, which is kind of similar to that, but it has more flecks of silver sparkle. I'm just going to take the brush and go back and forth between those two, and literally just dab that color right there in the center of the lid. Now I'm going to take a small brush, this is an E20, and I'm going to take this shade called Busted and get that right on the tip and trace this lower lash line with it. About halfway in. Wipe the brush off a bit or flip it over. I'm going to take this gold Half Baked shade and apply that starting at the inner corner where the color would be the most intense, and blend it in to that other darker shade. What I'm going to do is take a more precise crease brush so that the darker shades don't go up too far. This is an E25 by Sigma. I really love this brush for the crease. And I'm going to take this Busted shade that we just used for under the eye. And I'm just going to kind of stamp it in the crease first. Just like that, just kind of dab it. And then kind of blend back and forth with the brush. Before you blend, take a mix of the Blackout shade and Busted, just like this. Just kind of go back and forth. Tap off the extra and kind of trace this inner part of your eyelid right there, just to really deepen that. We're not going to get this black up in the crease, we're just going to get it right on that little bottom corner of the eyelid. We're going to take a blending brush like this. This is an E40. And we're going to go around the color until it's soft. Alright, then I'm going to take that same brush and Half Baked right there. And this is just going to keep that color from looking bruisey because these are very cool shades, especially those last two. Take that Half Baked, which is like a very kind of warm gold color, right on the tip of the brush. Tap it off as much as you can and then just lightly trace around the outer edge of color. We'll just kind of warm it up a bit. If you really want to kind of deepen the look, you can take the Blackout shade on this same smaller brush that we used before for the lower lash line and stamp it just on that outer corner of your eye where your lash lines meet. For my liner, I do want a very defined line. I don't want it to be super black, so I'm using this color called Black and Brown. It's the Revlon Color Stay Pen. This is a great eyeliner for every day. It's not so stark, but it's still very defined. And I'm just lining my upper lash line with that. I'm going to wing it out a little bit at the outer corner, or a lot, whatever you want. I'm going to make mine kind of medium. Alright, and then mascara is a must, as always. I'm using my Armani Eyes to Kill. Alright, so that's it for the eyes. If you keep watching, I'll show you how I completed the look and what I used on the rest of my face. So for this look, I want a very pink glowy cheek, so I'm going to use this Doll Face shade. It is a Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush. And I'm using this, I never remember, the F40 by Sigma. This color just kind of makes your cheeks look glowy and healthy. Especially when you do a more neutral color look, it's nice to kind of have a little pop on your cheeks. For my lips, I'm going to use a color by Chanel. It's the Rouge Coco Shine. And the color is Boy. It's a great color because it gives your lips just a little bit of a pinky kind of mauve shade. But it's still shiny and it feels really nice. It's not very drying. So that's it. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and that it may have helped you out if you own the Naked 2 palette and you're wanting some new ideas just for every day. Like I said, very neutral colors, nothing crazy or anything. I did do a very dark look with this palette. Was it with this one that Yeah. And I'll link that below. So if you wanted to see another tutorial with this, you can check that out. So I hope that you guys are doing well and that you enjoyed this, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.